Hey! Are you not satisfied with the Barbenheimer double feature? Has that theater itch been scratched? Well, I have good news for you because there's one movie in theaters right now that is really worth watching. And that movie is Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible.
Talk to me.
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible.
Talk to me! I'm reviewing Talk to Me! Ha-ha! Wait. Talk to Me is directed by a person and acted by a person. I know you probably think that's self-explanatory, but with AI, you never know. Hey guys, quick note from the editor's chair. All jokes aside, I learned after I had already filmed that the two dudes that directed this were actually YouTubers, and this was their directorial debut. As an inspiring filmmaker myself, I think that's really awesome, which is why I'm mentioning it here. I already thought the movie was good, but this makes me appreciate it on a whole nother level. This is amazing for a directorial debut. Alright, now back to the video. Try to be light on the summary here, but Talk to Me is about a girl whose mother died 2 years prior, and she is dealing with depression because of it. However, when she goes to a party and they have this relic of sorts that allows them to communicate with the dead and let them possess them, well, all heck breaks loose, quite frankly. Now, my thoughts on this movie are that it's pretty good, solid time, not in like the generic Hollywood movie solid time. It's actually directed by A24 and is an Australian film that I believe came out last year, but it's just now hitting the States. And one thing that I can praise about it is it does feel different. It doesn't have that Hollywood corporate AI written vibe to it.
Hi, I'm Peter Parker.
Hey, Peter Parker.
Everyone feels like so chill and talking with each other in a way that people actually talk, not like the comedic writing where everyone's being funny and everyone fixes a caricature, which, like I said, I like that too. It's just this movie doesn't do that, and it's a nice, refreshing breath of air, which is always a plus in my book. Going into it, I hadn't seen any trailers. All I had saw was the poster, which made me think it was going to be some Smile clone. It's completely different. At the end of the day, the plot isn't really that similar, so went beyond my expectations. But to start off, I think Mia, played by Sophie Wilde, did a great job. She's the main character, and I think her performance was good because it had a lot of range. In fact, all of the performances in this movie are great. You see, one of the things with this movie is people go to a party and they kind of pass around this thing that possesses them for however long they're holding it. But the thing is, once you let go, the possession stops. However, if you hold on for it longer than 90 seconds, the spirits want to stay in you. But you see a lot of characters' most inner thoughts because the spirits that possess them know everything that the character themselves knows, and then they let it out to hurt certain people, which is kind of interesting, and I like that. I also think there's a couple of messages that you can glean from this movie.
Message!
Don't mess around with evil spirits. That's an obvious one, but like, if you're at a party and you're watching people get possessed in real time and think, yeah, let's do it ourselves. Please don't. Don't do it. It's bad. It's a bad idea. But beyond that, I feel that there's a lot of themes of peer pressure, doing things because other people are doing it and feeling like, well, now I gotta do it. And then that can get you into trouble. But I also like when dealing with trauma, you kind of go too far and you look for these superficial solutions as opposed to addressing things head on. Because so many people get possessed in this movie, like I said, they're kind of passing it around, like you might pass weed around a party or something. I don't know, because I don't go to parties. Almost like a metaphor for drugs. People going to parties to get drunk and forget about their problems, but then in the midst of it, getting more problems and then things spiraling out of control, and it's just kind of unfortunate to see. Throughout the whole movie, you kind of have this impending sense of doom because for the first half of it, things are pretty much fine, but you just know that crap is gonna hit the fan any second because you just know that one of these possessions is gonna go wrong. You don't know exactly who it's gonna be or when it's gonna be, but you just know it's gonna go wrong at some point, and when it does go wrong, it leads to consequences throughout the rest of the movie. I also think the movie has a couple of effective scares that, got me jumping a little bit. I felt a lot of other horror movies DNA infused in this, but not like one in particular. I felt some Exorcist in here, Evil Dead, Insidious, all kind of mashed up though in a unique way, so it doesn't feel unoriginal. I also think the movie has a really chilling ending that I kind of like. However, it's not perfect. I have a couple of issues with it. There's a father-daughter relationship in this movie that I feel could have been better. It felt like they were trying to get at something, but at the end of the day, it felt a little bit undercooked. Don't get me wrong, they did something with it. Oh man, maybe fix-ups here. Trash. Don't make them like they used to, guys. That's all I'm gonna say. The movie also has this love triangle thing going on that I feel is real undercooked. Like, if you had taken it out of the movie completely, I don't think it would have made that much of a difference, which probably means you could maybe cut it. My last complaint is that things happen in this movie that just are not explained. Like, did this character hallucinate that? Did they completely see that? Were they being deceived? Or is that something that actually happened? I know this is a thing with, like, every possession movie, evil spirit movie under the sun, but to the point where I thought they were going to explain things, but then they didn't, and so then I'm just left confused. Like, okay, but what did that mean? What was going on over there? And in and of itself, there's nothing that's like this massive plot hole. Everything still worked well. It was just, as I left the theater thinking, oh, what was up with that? And it was kind of bugging me. It's okay. Movies don't have to explain everything to you. They can let you have your own theories and make things up. But yeah, I thought Talk to Me was pretty good. I didn't really have too many complaints with the movie. It didn't necessarily like blow me away. I wasn't like epic horror movie of the century. I think it sits among the best horror movies of this year though, and so I can't really complain about that. Possession has never been my favorite of the horror genre, but I think what it does here is done well, effectively, in a unique way. If you like horror movies, you like possession stuff, I think this is definitely going to be up your alley. Go see it! Unless you hate these type of movies, later.